Hello everyone, I'm Jaya and a really good afternoon. So, as you know, Ola has recently entered the electronic vehicle market, and the EV market has a huge potential for upside. But Ola investing the huge amounts of money, and people are liking the quality of product. This is more much of a sunk cost than the expected opportunity cost if they did not keep attention. Now, I would like to tell about the financial health of Ola Electric as a whole. You see, Ola Electric posts 200 crore loss in financial year 21. Ola Electric's $100 million debt has been transferred to a new incorporated entity, which is Ola Technologies. Also, the company just clocked operational revenue of 86 lakhs. And I'm not here talking about complaints and etc. Also, the biggest market players of the electronic vehicle two-wheelers are Ather, Okinawa, and Hero Electric. So each of them own 34%, 22%, and 12% of it respectively. Also, as you see, Hero Electric has 34% of the company, market share of the, and 22% is owned by Okinawa, and then 12% by Ather, and the rest others are very small in the market. Also, then Hero Electric has been the Ola Electric has been involved in a lot of mishaps. In fact, the DRDO and government had to intervene because finding serious battery issues. You see the picture here of the Ola Electric putting in flames, and the bad quality can be seen here with the broken tires, steering wheels. So, as a consultant to Ola Electric, my plan of action would be first, since the S1 has not been developed yet and only S1 Pro has, I would ask them to shelf out the S1 since, and I would ask them saying that go in a press conference and say it out loud that the S1 has a lot of flaws compared to S1 Pro. So it is not yet ready for the Indian market, so it's been shared out, and all the S1 bookings are transferred to S1 Pro. First, now after the press conference is done, I would ask them to even hold bookings of S1 Pro for a while, because as you know that Ola Electric has a lot of defects and faulty units. So while managing the faulty units and testing out them and also managing the demand of Ola Electric will be a huge task for the engineers. So if one of the pressure which is halting the bookings for a while, I mean 1 month or so, would help Ola Electric, since they can give a much better product to the product to the back to the people. And also, according to American Express, a very big credit card company has recently said that 33% of people say they'll consider switching companies just after one bad single instance of service. And also, I'll ask the company, because the batteries are most faulty units, I'll ask them to use fins, which is a material which is not a heat pass through the battery, and letting it be in the 15-20 Celsius range, which is considered the best for an electronic vehicle battery. And I'll ask the company to make a campaign where they're apologizing, like the Domino's did back in the 2000s when their product was also bad, saying that they're apologizing and instead they're recalling back all the units and will deliver the promises they have made. Or as you see, because Ola is following the omni-channel method, and so all reviews come online, and 68% of people form an opinion after reading almost six reviews. So Ola relatively has a very bad press right now. So the future might not be as good as we think, if not done good. Also, while the S1 has passive air conditioning, almost entirely depend on the normal cold air, and having fans which does not affect them, I will ask them to have active air conditioning. So while the scooter is in use, active air conditioning can help the battery and the engine cool down, and also an air inlet. So while the scooter is standing, the normal air could also cool it down simultaneously. Thus, the battery would not be much faulty product of this. Also, repairs on the scooter, while once the fault units are back, I suggest that they do in front of the customers if the customer lives nearby, or send a video to the person by the service team. Because generally, according to a survey recently conducted, says that 63% of people start trusting the brand once they get a good experience. And here the people can see what Ola is doing with their products, and thus get a trust back in Ola. Also, when after Ola S1 Pro is back in production again after tests and analysis of the faulty products, I think they, instead of using omni-channel distribution strategy, which is purely online, I think they should use a hybrid channel strategy, which basically is a mixture of online and offline. So where people could assess the scooters in physical form, and in India we Indians do not even like to buy sometimes clothes online, or we like to go often and chart the quality of assets. So this will help clear any doubt the customer has regarding. And also, if people living in remote areas also buy the Ola from products, they can use both purchasing and delivery. The company can also use physical assets through dealerships, like land, to stabilize the balance sheet. I would recommend the company to use Niti Aayog's battery swapping policy in the near future, since the government has incentives for having swappable batteries, like 5% on GST for the batteries sold with the scooter, thus letting them generate more profit. So these 40% changes would get Ola 60% of the revenue in the two-wheeler business. Thank